Sometimes we feel lost. We make perfect plans and give our absolute best, yet nothing seems to move forward. We look up at the vast sky and ask, why is this happening to me? If you have ever felt this frustration during your own quiet nights, you are not alone. Let me share a story about a young man who discovered that a blocked path is sometimes a hidden blessing. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, lived a young man named Eli. He was hardworking and strong, but his heart was not in the village. He dreamed of a life far away. He wanted to join the wealthy merchant caravans, travel to distant cities, and return home with pockets full of gold. Every evening, he would sit by a flickering oil lamp, mapping out his future on the dirt floor. "I will take this route," he would whisper to himself. "I will follow this path, and my destiny will change." One brisk morning, Eli finally prepared to leave. He packed bread, a flask of water, and his clothes. His mother hugged him at the door, whispering a prayer for his safety. Full of hope, Eli marched toward the main road. But when he arrived at the river that marked the village border, his heart sank. The old wooden bridge had collapsed during a storm the previous night. The river was raging, and there was no way to cross. Eli stood there, his bag heavy in his hand. "Why today?" he cried out. The village workers told him it would take weeks to repair. Defeated, Eli walked back home. That night he lay in bed feeling ignored by the universe. "I want a better life," he thought. "Why is the way forward blocked?" Weeks went by, and finally the bridge was fixed. Eli saved his money again and packed his bag. Just as he was tying his shoes to leave, his younger sister burst into the room, tears streaming down her face. "Father has fallen from the roof," she screamed. Eli dropped everything and ran outside. His father was on the ground in great pain. The village healer said his leg was badly broken and he would need months of care. Eli looked at his packed bag by the door and then at his father's pained face. He felt torn in two. His ambition pulled him toward the door, but his love pulled him toward his family. With a heavy sigh, he unpacked his bag. For months, he stayed home, working the fields and helping his father heal. At night, he no longer drew maps on the floor. He only sat in silence thinking, first the bridge, now this. Maybe heaven is against me. Maybe I am not meant to rise. Time passed, and his father eventually walked again. Hope sparked once more in Eli's chest. He heard a rumor that a passing trade caravan needed a strong guard and would be hiring at the crossroads the next morning. "This is it," Eli told himself. "My final chance." He woke up before dawn to prepare his donkey for the ride. But when he went to the stable, he found the animal lying on its side, its legs swollen and sick. It could not walk, let alone carry him to the crossroads in time. Eli fell to his knees in the straw. He pressed his head against the animal's flank and wept. "Why, God?" he whispered. "Why do you slam every door I try to open? Do you not see my effort?" He felt small, abandoned, and utterly stuck. Later that day, needing to escape his thoughts, Eli walked aimlessly to the edge of the fields. There he saw an old woman named Dara tending to the earth. She was known for her wisdom and silence. She noticed Eli's stormy expression and waved him over. "Your spirit looks heavy, child," she said softly. "What is wrong?" Eli sat on a rock and let everything out. He told her of the bridge, his father, the donkey, and his ruined plans. "I have tried so hard," he said. "But every time I try to move, something breaks. I feel like the world has turned its back on me." Dara listened quietly, smoothing the soil with her hands. When he was done, she reached into her pocket and pulled out 2 small seeds. "Take these," she instructed. "Plant one on the hard, rocky path where people walk every day. Plant the other in the soft, moist soil down by the stream. Then go live your life and come back to me in a while." She offered no explanation, but her voice was calm. Eli did as she asked. He pushed one seed into the hard dirt of the road and the other into the rich earth by the river. Then he went home. Life continued. Eli worked, fixed his house, and cared for his family. His anger slowly turned into acceptance. One fresh morning, he remembered Dara's task. He went to the rocky path first. The ground was bare. The seed had been crushed underfoot or washed away. Nothing grew there. Then he went to the stream. There, standing tall and green, was a healthy sapling. Its leaves danced in the breeze, and its roots were dug deep into the wet earth. Dara was waiting there. "What do you see?" she asked. "One died, the other lived," Eli said. "Because the soil by the river was ready. It had water and space." Dara nodded. "You planted both with the same hope, Eli. But only one place could hold the life you wanted to create. Sometimes our plans are like that first seed on the hard road. We force our dreams onto a path that cannot sustain them. We try so hard, but it will not grow. Do you think the seed was bad?" "No," Eli whispered. "Exactly," Dara smiled gently. "Perhaps a wisdom greater than yours is deciding where your life can actually grow. Those closed roads were not punishments. They were preventing you from planting your life on stone. They were guiding you here to the soft ground, even though you couldn't see it yet." A sense of peace washed over Eli. He realized that the rejection he felt was actually protection. Dara pointed to the sapling. "Care for this," she said. "Let us see what it becomes." From that day on, Eli's heart changed. He stopped looking at the horizon with regret. He began to nurture the tree by the stream. He watered it and kept it safe. Years went by, and the sapling became a magnificent tree with wide, spreading branches. It became a landmark. Travelers would stop to rest in its shade. Eli built a small hut and a bench there, always keeping a jar of cool water ready for strangers. The spot became famous as a sanctuary of peace. One evening, a wealthy caravan leader arrived, exhausted and ill. He saw the tree and the shelter. Eli rushed out, gave him water, offered him food, and gave him a place to sleep. The next morning, the leader looked at Eli. "I have traveled the world," the man said, "but I have never found a resting place as kind as this." "Who built this?" "I just planted a seed and let it grow," Eli smiled. The merchant was moved. "Stay here," he said. "Protect this place for travelers. In return, I will send you supplies, grain, and gold every season. You will never want for anything again." And so it happened. Eli never became the traveler he thought he wanted to be. Instead, the world came to his doorstep. He found prosperity not by chasing it, but by blooming where he was planted. Many nights, Eli would sit under that great tree, looking at the stars. He thought of the broken bridge, his father's fall, and the sick donkey. He realized that every no he heard was leading him to this yes. He bowed his head in gratitude, understanding finally that a better path had been drawn for him all along. Now, dear listener, perhaps your plans are failing today. Maybe doors are closing in your face, and you feel left behind. In this moment, you only see the hard path where nothing grows. But trust that a seed is being planted in softer ground for you. You are not forgotten. You are being redirected. Sometimes destiny grows in silence, hidden from our eyes, rising only when the time is right. What feels like a loss today may be the roots of a greater tomorrow. Keep a faithful heart. Trust that what is truly meant for you will arrive at the right time and in the right way.